Welcome students. In this video, we will study about the First World War, the Russian Empire and the February Revolution. In the last video, we have discussed about the 1905 revolution, that is the Bloody Sunday. After that revolution, the powers of the authority were reduced and the Duma, as I told, it was dissolved 3 times. After that, what events led to the decline of the Tsar? It was the First World War. This war started in 1914 between the two main European powers, that is Germany, Austria and Turkey, known as the Central Powers of that time, and France, Britain, Russia, Italy and Romania on other side. Now, what were the conditions at the time when this war broke? Actually, this war was fought not only in Europe, it was fought inside Europe and outside Europe. In Russia, in the beginning, the war was not so determined or it was not so effective. But it was the Tsar, because Russia was also participating in the World War. So it was the Tsar who was not interested and he didn't consulted the main parties in Duma. As I told you, what is Duma? Duma is the parliament of Russia in which the members of the major political parties, they used to sit, and it was the consultative parliament, a sort of consultative parliament, that is whatever policies or decisions will be taken, the Duma needs to be consulted first. This was the primary condition for the formation of Duma after the Bloody Sunday, that is the 1905 revolution, which we have discussed in the last video. Now, in Russia, when the Tsar, he didn't consulted the main parties in Duma, what happened? The government became unpopular. And how it happened? It was not only the Tsar who didn't consulted the main parties. There are some other factors also, like high anti-German feelings, they started arising in the hearts of the common Russians. Why? Because St. Petersburg, I told you that it was one of the main towns and we should say that it was one of the main industrial town. This St. Petersburg was renamed as Petrograd, which is a German name. Second, Tsarina. Tsarina means the wife of Tsar. The wife of Tsar, Tsarina, Lady Tsarina, that is Alexandra Fyodorovna, she was of a German origin, that is she was a German by birth. And prior to that, the poor advisory, that is the council of ministers which the Tsar used to have, that is the poor advisory, especially Rasputin. He was a Russian peasant who treated and who called himself as a holy man, and he was an advisor and a very poor advisor to the king. And following his advice, the king proclaimed and king framed so many unpopular policies. This all led to the increase in the unpopularity of the Tsar. The way the First World War was fought, it was very different at the eastern front, that is in the east direction as well as in the west direction the war was going on. But in the east it was very different, and in the west it was very different. In the west, where it was fought along the trenches in eastern France, it was very different. In the eastern part, how it was different? It was very different. The Russian armies, they fought very bravely, but they were defeated by the German and Austrian armies. And It was in during the year 1914 to 1916 that the German and Austrian armies, they defeated Russian armies so many times, and with this the Russian armies, they have to be retreated. Retreated means that the Russian armies, they were forced to flee, or you can say they were forced to leave the battleground because they were defeated. But when they saw that we are defeated and we have to leave the battleground, what they did, they burnt, they destroyed the crops and buildings. Why they destroyed crops and buildings? In order to prevent the enemy, कि if somehow the forces, they enter into the country without food and without land, with a wasteland, they will be not able to survive and live here for so long, and they have to went back, or they have to step backward. That's why they destroyed the crops and buildings. Now this destruction of crops and buildings, since crops, they were used to feed the people, this destruction of crops at a large scale by the Russian army on getting defeated, the majority population, around 3 million, that is equivalent to 30 lakhs, 30 lakh people were bound to live as refugees in Russia. The situation, it discredited the government and the Tsar. And the Russian soldiers, they didn't want to fight for such a ruler. This war had a very bad impact on industry, as industrial revolution was flourishing in Russia, and Russia was dependent on other countries for the equipments and the raw material, which it was getting through other countries. But these areas were under the German control. So due to German control, the supplies, they were stopped in between, and Russian industry suffered very harshly. Even in 1916, the railway lines, they started to break, or they began to break, and the well-bodied, that is very healthy people, they were forced to join the army. Their recruitment in army led to shortage of the labor, and the small shops or small businesses which were producing essential goods, they were shut down. And the grains, whatever grains, although a part of the crop was destroyed by the Russian army, the remaining part, the remaining food supplies, a large part of the remaining food supplies was sent for the army, and the common people were deprived of the basic necessity, that is the food grains. This led to the riots by the winters of 1916 at various shops. It was a common scene कि we can see the riots at various shops selling bread and essentials. After this First World War, or after 1916, when year 1917 came, in the winters of 1917, the conditions were very harsh, very bad, especially in Petrograd, that is St. Petersburg, which used to be the capital and renamed as Petrograd. The conditions were very poor. The city was divided into two parts. One, which was an unplanned cluster or slum in which the workers' quarters and factories were there. That was on the right side of river Neva, while on the left side of river Neva, it was the well planned, very beautified and very beautiful city in which the Winter Palace, the official buildings, and the building where Duma used to meet, all these were situated. Starting from the winters of 1917, when the shortage of food grains increased, and in February 1917, when food shortage was prevalent and it rose up to maximum in workers' quarters on the which side? On the right side of river Neva. What happened? The workers, they started striking. A lockout took place on 22nd February. A lockout took place at a factory on the right bank or on the right side of this strike in the factory. It was next day supported by strike in the 50 factories, and the workers of 50 factories, they joined this strike in sympathy to the strike at the factory on which was called on 22nd February. And the women in this strike, the women participated and they also led the strikes. That's why this day came to be known as International Women's Day, and this is what we celebrate till today. The demonstrating workers, they crossed, because this demonstration, this strike, all these factories, they were located on the right side of river Neva. So all these workers, they formed a demonstration, and this demonstration crossed the river and they went into the center of the capital city. What was the capital city? The Nevsky Prospect. The Nevsky Prospect. And this demonstration, because 50 factories, if we consider ki in a factory there were 10 workers, say 500 people, they surrounded the city, they gathered in the center of the city and they surrounded certain offices and the government buildings. As a result, the curfew was called in the city and the demonstrators, they went and they scattered, they went back by the evening. But all this happened on 23rd, na? Because I told you on 22nd the strike at first factory took place. Next day 50 factories workers, they called for a strike and they formed a demonstration. So it was on 23rd when these workers, they, after the curfew was called, they went back to their home. But on 24th and 25th, they came back and the cavalry and police was called to keep an eye on them. What is cavalry? The government called the cavalry, and cavalry is the soldiers which are basically the horse riding soldiers with weapons in their hands generally. इन्हें हम घुड़सवार सैनिक भी कहते हैं. So this cavalry was called, and along with the police, the cavalry was asked to keep an eye on them, that is to keep strict check on them ki what they are doing. On 25th of February, Duma was suspended by the Tsar, and again this demonstration, the demonstrators, they returned to streets on 26th when they came to know about this action, and they started raising slogans. These demonstrators, they returned to the streets on 26th and they surrounded and all the offices, and on 27th of February the police headquarters were ransacked, that is the police fled from there. The streets, they were filled with people and people started raising slogans about bread, wages, better hours of work, and they started raising slogans in favor of democracy. And when the cavalry was again called and the government ordered the cavalry to fire on them, the cavalry also revolted and the cavalry refused to fire on the demonstrators. In fact, one military commander, he was shot dead, and 3 regiments, the small groups of soldiers, they are known as regiments. The kings used to, when we associate the word regime with a king, so the kings used to have small groups of soldiers, and these groups were known as regiment. That's why regime and regiment, it seems same, na? Yes. So what happened? The officer, he was shot dead at a barrack, and 3 regiments, they mutinied. Mutiny means they revolted. We have heard this name, the Sepoy Mutiny, in Indian history during the first World War of Independence. So this mutiny is there. So three regiments also mutinied, and these regiments, they joined the striking workers and these soldiers and workers the same evening, that is on 27th of February. These workers and soldiers, they gathered in the evening at the place where Duma used to meet, and there they met and formed a Soviet or council, and this is known as the Petrograd Soviet. After a few days, a delegation went to meet the Tsar, and on the advice of military commanders, the Tsar decided to abdicate. Abdicate means to leave the throne or to step down the post which is held by a person. So the Tsar, he was the king. So he was abdicated. That means he stepped down the throne, and this all happened on 2nd of March. And the Duma leaders and the Soviet leaders, Soviet means the demonstrators and the soldiers, some of the few people from both the groups, together they formed a provincial government to run the country. Thank you. Now, what were the effects of these revolutions? What happened after this? As an impact of this, the restrictions on public meetings and associations were removed. Earlier, there were restrictions on these meetings. In April 1917, Lenin, that is Vladimir Ilyich Lenin, the famous Bolshevik leader, he returned to Russia from exile, and he put forward his April thesis. He put forward actually three demands. These demands came to be known as April thesis because he put these demands in April. What were the demands? He said this war should be brought to a close. The land. Which war he is talking about? He is talking about the World War. He also stated that the land should be transferred to the peasants after the stepping down of the Tsar, and the banks which are working in the country, they should be nationalized. That they should be brought under one head or one roof. But most leaders in the Bolshevik, because Lenin was a Bolshevik, he belonged to the Bolshevik party, so the most leaders in the Bolshevik party, they were against this. But in the coming events, when they saw, they also started appreciating Lenin's ideology. And what were the events? What happened in the summer? Because all this happened in winter, right? And after stepping down of the Tsar on date 2nd of March, after March it was summer. So during the summer, the workers' movement spread at a much faster rate. Various factory committees were formed by the workers, and these committees started questioning the way the industrialists they were running their factories. This factory committee started questioning all this. Within the army, the soldiers' committees were formed. Various trade unions grew in the country, and when the provincial government, the government framed by the members of Duma and the members of the Soviet, these members or the government, when this government saw the power is getting reduced, they started taking strict action, and it resisted attempts by the workers. What sort of attempts? Attempts by the workers in factories, and began arresting leaders. Some Bolshevik leaders, they have to flee and they have to hide. And in the countryside, the provisional governments, what happened? Peasants and their socialistic revolutionary leaders, they started pressing for a redistribution of land, and land committees were formed to handle this. But it again led to one more popular revolution, that is in July 19. One more revolution took place, that was in October 1917. Thank you.